Hey everyone, it's Denise, and I'm just coming to you today with a mom vlog. And this one, I might just ramble a little bit. It's been quite a couple of days, I should say. Where I live this week, school started, so school's back in, and that's why my house is so quiet right now. My kiddos are in school. But this was a big year for me, and in a long time, this was the first summer that I'd been home with my children every day. I didn't work. I worked for just a couple of hours on Wednesdays, but that doesn't really count. So it's kind of hard for me. The house is so quiet. I was dreading Monday for many reasons, and my house is very quiet. You can hear now there's no sounds, and I miss that. I miss my kids being here with me, and it's just a little bit of an adjustment for me. They were ready to go back to school. They were bored, so they were craving that routine, I think. But this is a big year for me because my son is in 5th grade, so this is his last year of elementary, and he's my baby. So we are saying goodbye to elementary at the end of this year. And my daughter, she started 6th grade yesterday. And for some reason, I had a really hard time with that. So it's been a very emotional couple of months for me, and especially a couple of days. And it's not because I had a horrible experience in middle school, or I have very bad, memories of getting picked on or it being horrible. I don't have any of that. It's just whenever I would think about it, my stomach would hurt, and I was just so, last week when I was at work, as a matter of fact, on Wednesday, it really hit me then. And I was sitting at my desk, and I just kind of started to cry. I wasn't like, it wasn't full on loud, like tantrum crying. It's just I was working at my desk, and the tears just kept rolling down my cheeks, and I could not make myself stop. I can't explain it. I'm sure some of you moms can relate to me, whatever milestone it is that your child has achieved, whether it be starting preschool or kindergarten or high school or college. It never gets easier. My brother asked me, my nephew's in 1st grade, and he asked me, when does it get easier to leave them on the first day of school? And I said, never, because it doesn't. I really cried when my daughter started kindergarten. She had been in preschool, but I really and truly cried her first day of kindergarten. And on the last day of 5th grade last year, I cried. I had a couple of breakdowns where I cried. And it's just such a rite of passage. They're out of elementary. It's a new chapter. They're in those tween years and almost teenagers, and it's just a really sensitive time, I think. And she's my oldest, so my first, and I did cry on her first day yesterday. I did manage to hold it in until I got to my truck, and I had my mom meltdown moment, because it's very emotional to see them growing, and they're not just children, but they're growing into young adults, and it's beautiful and wonderful and sad and heartbreaking all at the same time. And I'm still very emotional about it, and I'm not worried about her. She's wonderful, she's fabulous, she's gonna do fine. It's just, as a mom, it's hard for me. And this year will be difficult as well because my son is in 5th grade. So I'll be right back in this position next year, at the end of this year and next year, because he's my baby. So it's just, I think it's been very emotional. So one of the things I did to cope with this week, my fear, I guess, of letting her venture out, was I signed up to volunteer at her school. So I go in the mornings, I get to walk in the building with her. She still goes her own way where, you know, she has to go with all the sixth graders. But I'm sitting at a table in front of the cafeteria selling spirit items and other such things. So I can kind of see her, but not really be hovering. And then I've also signed up to volunteer all this week during lunch. So I can keep an eye on her and just make sure she's doing okay and not really be hovering, so it's not embarrassing. She has not expressed any embarrassment. She was quite happy when I told her that I was volunteering. And when she sees me in lunch, she smiles and she waves at me. So another mother told me that's a really good sign that at least I was acknowledged and not, you know, get one of those where she walked right by me. So she's doing wonderful. I think I'm going through my own private struggles as a mom, and this video wasn't meant to be a downer, or I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I guess I'm just sharing what I'm going through right now, and I know that I'm not alone, that there are many mothers, like I said, whether it be whatever stage in your child's school or their milestones in their lives. It can be difficult, and I try to explain to the kids, when you see me cry, and I really try very hard not to let the tears fall in front of them, but I told them don't be scared. You didn't do anything wrong. I said it's something you'll understand one day when you're a mommy or a daddy. It's just beautiful and wonderful and sad, and it's bittersweet all at the same time. So you want these things to happen, but then you don't. You don't want them to grow up. I don't want them to stop needing me, which I still need my mom today. So I tell my sister, my nephew is 8 months old. I say it never gets easy. It just changes. It gets harder in different ways. As your children grow, they will always need you. It just changes. So I'm finding my groove. I'll have to get back into my groove without them here. I'm not liking being in the house while it's so quiet right now. So I'm keeping busy with friends. And thankfully I did meet some wonderful friends for a back to school brunch, or a boohoo yahoo brunch, I've heard it called, on the first day of school. So that was really great. So I didn't have to go back to an empty house. But I just wanted to share what I'm going through. And I will film a couple of other vlogs on back to school lunch ideas and weekly prep ideas. I did film the lunch ideas, but I didn't like the lighting when I watched it back. It looked really bad. So I'm going to refilm that and get that up. I'm going to try and get that up this week. So I'm trying to wrap this up before my kitchen timer goes off. I've got dinner in the oven. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for letting me share. And I wish everyone's children their very best first week of school, if this is your week, or next week, whenever it should be. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you guys can follow me on Instagram at DLSMOMMY. Thanks so much, guys, and I'm going to go pick up my kids from school, and you have a great day.